Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson and welcome to California Life. Let's face it, we all want to look young and natural, but as we age, sometimes we need a little lift. But how do you get results without surgery? Dr. Busso has the perfect technique, the Busso lift. Here's more with David Wiley.
Dr. Mariano Busso is considered one of the world's leading cosmetic dermatologists. Over the years, Dr. Busso has developed one of the largest practices of its kind in Miami and has expanded his practice to Beverly Hills. With more than 26 years in the field, Dr. Busso brings valuable experience to his patients.
Experience means that I've been following my patients over the years and being able to see the effects of what I do over years and decades after performing a procedure, and knowing the consequences, short-term and long-term. That gives us a perspective that is unique.
And while many may see cosmetic medicine as a combination of art and science, Dr. Busso relies on proven scientific procedures.
I believe that the cosmetic field is pure science, meaning that we apply the scientific method rigorously to every step, every procedure, every decision that we make.
One such non-surgical procedure the doctor has developed is called the Busso lift, which is proving to be a game changer in facial rejuvenation.
We developed what we call the Busso lift, which is our unique technique to get lift of the face, which combines our unique technique to remove dark circles, which results in the lift of the cheeks and lower face, and our unique approach and techniques to apply threads to structures that were brought down through gravity, naming cheeks and jowls. That combination of filler and threads gives us a unique lift that we could not accomplish through any other method unless we were discussing surgery.
For Dr. Busso's patients, the Busso lift produces amazing results that have his patients back to their busy lifestyles without the downtime from surgical procedures. For Dr. Busso, giving his patients a good experience is always important.
We want the patient to have the best experience from the phone call until the goodbye. We try to over-deliver, to perform better than people expect, and always be honest with the patients so patients can trust us.
You can learn more about the Busso lift and all the procedures that Dr. Busso offers, and even make an appointment at his website, drbusso.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
It's been a whirlwind in this early NASCAR season for JTG Doherty driver Ricky Stenhouse. Coming off of his big win at this year's Daytona 500, Stenhouse has been making the rounds in celebration of his big accomplishment, and that includes this recent stop at this Ralph's Groceries in Fontana, where he had the chance to interact with a faithful group of fans along with his team owner and Ralph's associates.
It's been a huge week. We haven't got much sleep, but definitely not complaining about that. We've been all over the country, from Orlando, Chicago, New York, now out here in California. So we're excited to get back on the track, but all in all, it's been a huge week for us and our race team. It was nice. I got to go back to the shop on Wednesday, hang out with the team guys, and that was a lot of fun.
What a blessing. I mean, 29 years in this business. There's no bigger race in American motorsports than the Daytona 500. We've come close a number of times. For us to win it as a single car team with partnership from Kroger and Ralph's, it just couldn't be any sweeter.
In addition to signing the autographs, taking plenty of pictures, and promoting the brands that encompass the Ralph's and Kroger's markets, the event was meant to showcase the health and wellness initiative being promoted by the Ralph's and Kroger's in-store pharmacies in efforts to spread the importance of living out a healthy lifestyle.
Our vision is to help people live healthier lives, and our team of pharmacists and technicians truly live by that vision. And we are so excited to be partnering with Ricky and his team to talk about health, nutrition, and the belief of how food, is medicine. Being able to educate the public and putting it in very simple terms and also applying ways that they can use some of the suggestions or recommendations that we give them and apply it in a daily lifestyle. That makes a big difference for us.
With this event coinciding with the NASCAR weekend at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, this meet and greet helps kick off a season-long initiative throughout the NASCAR calendar.
Our division is hosting the first in-store event, and the Kroger trailer will be traveling across the country at various NASCAR events to partner with Ricky and the team at different Kroger sites.
While the season is still quite young, this early win by Stenhouse is being looked upon as a springboard that will help propel the team into the playoffs, as they hope it also translates into further wins throughout the season.
Well, it's big for any team when you can get a win early in the season. You can focus on a few other things to make your race team better. And so for us, we got some really good tracks coming up for us here on this West Coast swing that we're looking at capitalizing on some good momentum to start the season and see if we can't get another win here soon.
Well, the last 10 races of the year are playoffs, and you have to win a race to get in the playoffs. So winning the first one certainly takes a lot of pressure off, and I also think it takes, you can go for it a little bit more when you got a win under your belt. So we're excited.
Bringing you the best of California. From Fontana, this is J.R. Ibarra for California Life.
Hi, I'm Heather Dawson, and welcome to California Live. We are here at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. It's the 34th year, and we are waiting right here on the red carpet for all the celebrities to arrive. The hottest stars of the season heated up the red carpet at the Film Awards Gala. Austin Butler, Cate Blanchett, Viola Davis, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, Michelle Yeoh, and Steven Spielberg were all honored at the Palm Springs International Film Awards. Just in time for the Super Bowl, Tom Brady hit the premiere for 80 for Brady in Los Angeles. Inspired by the true story of friends taking a trip to the Super Bowl to see their hero, Tom Brady. Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Sally Field, Rita Moreno star with the 7-time Super Bowl champion and producer, Tom Brady.
It's a great story, first of all, and I think you have some legendary actors that signed on and did an amazing job. So it's really fun. I think everyone's going to enjoy it.
Success at the box office also means a boost in tourism by 31%. Set jetting is one of the biggest travel trends, where travelers visit the filming locations of their favorite films. The Barbie movie put Venice Beach, California on top of the list after 1 million views on TikTok. Other top destinations include Scotland for the newest Indiana Jones film, The Dial of Destiny, and London for Marvels and the Aquaman. A member of the Senate Intelligence Committee is pushing Apple and Google to remove TikTok from their app stores because of national security concerns. That wraps up the Hollywood Report. I'm Heather Dawson.
Hey guys, I'm Jason Residlo, coming to you from the Las Vegas Convention Center for the 2022 SEMA Show, where there are thousands of ways to customize your car, truck, SUV, and motorcycle. Audio, batteries, drones, engines, shocks, tools, wheels. It was all on display at the SEMA show. Supplier ZF introduced its all-new Sachs coil-over suspension system, prototype CCS dampers. This is a wide-body Chevrolet Corvette C8 equipped with them.
The actual damper design came from our motorsports. It was used on some racing series for road racing, but we decided it was a good starting point to try and take the Corvette to the next level.
Oh, wow. Okay. So how is it different than the previous version?
So it's just redesigned to fit the Corvette better. We went with the aluminum tube versus the steel tube just to kind of save a little bit of weight, help cooling a little bit.
The amount of people that have gotten and begun careers in drag racing and motorsports through NHRA launch has been wild in 22.
The National Hot Rod Association, better known as NHRA, announced that In-N-Out Burger is the new title sponsor of the Pomona drag strip and the NHRA finals beginning in 2023. Volkswagen showed off several concept vehicles at the SEMA show. The German automaker displayed the ID4 Rebel Rally, which completed the 8-day off-road competition in both California and Nevada.
So the car I'm standing in front of is a project car that we've done with Tennessee Valley Authority, or the TVA. They're an electric provider for the state of Tennessee and surrounding area. This is an ID4. It's an all-wheel drive ID4 SUV, fully electric, and this has been outfitted to be what we're calling a mobile drone response vehicle. So you'll see it runs a little bit higher. It's got a raised suspension, more rugged tires. It's equipped with extra storage in the back, which houses a drone. You'll see there's a landing pad on top of the car, and there's also an onboard power supply. So basically allows them to respond to a number of different situations that they may encounter in the real world with their fleet vehicles. Yes, so the other ID4 is a car which participated in the Rebel Rally. Rebel Rally is an all-female rally raid event that goes on similar to races like the NORA, the Baja 1000, not quite as long, but it goes through the deserts of California and Nevada. It's an 8-day event, and our ID4 right over there was one of 2 EVs to participate in the race, not just this past year, but the year before, successfully finished. And yeah, it's greater testament to what EVs are able to accomplish and how they're really here to stay.
The vehicle electrification section of the SEMA show seems to be getting bigger and bigger every year. More car enthusiasts are looking to purchase an EV or convert their existing vehicle into one. Another company called Xro showed me how classic cars can be converted into electric vehicles. They created a coiled driver that uses artificial intelligence to make EVs run better.
So utilizing our coil driver, what you're able to do is have a higher level of control that gives you more power out of your motor. So our controls allow you to have more torque, more peak power, because we gear through the electronics. So essentially we're taking that gearing into the modules themselves, and we're gearing the motor to enable a greater torque profile. So range is completely dependent on the battery that you pick. So if you do a nice optimized system, you're going to get good range, but it's not dependent on our controller. But the power on our controller, here at the show today, we have up to 300 kilowatt. We can go higher than that with our high voltage drives. We have a motorcycle in behind me that is our 60 kilowatt, and it's a 100 volt system. And then over there we have an 800 volt system that does over 300 kilowatts. And technically that drive can do over 4,000 Newton meters if the retrofit could use it.
Toyota and Lexus took over the exhibit space where Ford used to be. Here's the Toyota GR Corolla Rally concept, which produces 300 horsepower and 273 foot-pound of torque. This new Lexus electrified sport concept features 430 miles of range and the ability to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 2 seconds. EcoFlow debuted its portable power devices. They can be used to power an RV, a tiny home off the grid, or even an electric vehicle if it runs out of juice.
So basically, right here, we have show our portable power station over here in this area. Also, over there, as we can see, there's a power kit we designed for RV or off-grid house use. Yeah. So we have a physical one, right, install our events. In this setting, we have 5 kilowatt-hour battery and our power hub. So our power hub is actually designed for like 5-in-1 components, like a hub. So we already combines like MPPT controller, battery charger, and a inverter charger and a converter into one power hub. The refrigerator and the AC unit are all powered by our power hub. So I can show you, make a quick demonstration. So right now, this AC unit actually consumes like 930 watts.
Okay.
Right. So all right. So back into our console, we have 6 circuits for AC and 12 circuits for DC.
Oh.
And they are 6 out of 12 are controllable and and all of the circuits are monitoring. So as we can see over here, here is our 400 watt portable solar panel, right? And it was hooked up to our Delta Pro, which is a 3.6 kilowatt hour battery. So we have a 20 amps AC outlet and 30 amps. So with the 30 amps, you're able to use this port to charge your RV or your electric car.
Bringing you the best of California from the 2022 SEMA show in Las Vegas, I'm Jason Rasidlo for California Life.
Now let's head to Laguna Seca for an interview with the Ford GT delivery specialist.
It's my pleasure to introduce you to Bernardo Martinez. Bernardo.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, so Bernardo's with the Ford GT concierge team. He's going to give us some insight to how the team works, what he does for the team, and let's hear a little bit about it. First of all.
Well, thanks for talking. It's interesting, the GT, the new Ford GT, we announced in 2016 that Ford was going to be producing the new generation, the 3rd generation of the Ford GT. There was a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, and as part of the process for owners is the concierge program. So we kind of we're the folks that help customers in that kind of shop, buy, and own experience with your new Ford GT. And as you know, there were customers that had to apply. Anybody who was interested in purchasing the car in early 2016 went through an application process. Out of that application process, we selected a handful of customers for roughly the first 3 or so years of production. And so they are all aware that, and excited, very excited, that they're getting cars.
What were some of the requirements or guidelines that Ford used for that? Can you share that with us?
So that's interesting. So it's Ford really wanted to hear from folks that were interested in buying. In their relationship between the race car and the street car, there is a larger discrepancy. When we get to the Ford GT, the discrepancy becomes less. And we're using the exact same monocoque tub. We've got the seating position. There's a lot of similarities. The race car is obviously still a little bit lighter weight. It's a little bit wider.
And a few less amenities.
A lot less amenities. A little bit lower. But overall, like the street car and the race car are actually very similar. We have actually more power. The street car has even a little bit more power than the race car, which is kind of fun. So.
Oh, yeah. I don't know this to be factual, but I've heard that this is the only car that's been this close to, the only production car that's been this close to the actual race car. Can you elaborate on that, or is it?
No, it's
arguably.
It's interesting. I mean, the race car and the street car. It's a project that the race car and the street car were kind of built in tandem, almost on a parallel path, and you can see the race. You can feel and see the race DNA in the street car. The moment you sit in the car, you can tell that it's meant to get the business done on the track.
That wraps up this week's episode of California Life. I'm Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest. where we bring you the best of California.